Carrie Ann Safford, Miss West Virginia. Let's get you right over here. In promoting good nutrition, you urge youngsters to make wise food choices. How can you convince children to choose healthy foods over junk foods?
Mike?
Oh, I hate that when you're right.
Actually, I have a preschool nutrition camp through my church, and I think it's a wonderful way to teach children to make wise food choices. We make healthy snacks, and I've even heard some mothers comment on them wanting to get healthier food choices. So I think that when you teach them at an early age, it really does make a difference.
Thank you very much. Carrie Ann Safford, Miss West Virginia.
I'll be your shelter, baby. Keep you warm and keep you from the rain. Come on, come on in. 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 Come on in.
Elaine Chomazak, Miss Rhode Island. Hello there. Timing is everything, they say. How important is timing in helping at-risk challenged children?
It's extremely important. I'm currently working at a children's psychiatric hospital, and I've seen the detrimental effects of not intervening at an early age. So many problems that have been compounded over time can be eliminated and prevented by early intervention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Elaine Chomazak, Miss Rhode Island. Lindsay Kaler, Miss California. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
You're a champion of music in American schools. What do you think a school music curriculum should include?
Well, first of all, I think a school music curriculum should include music simply for the sake of listening to music. Music is a beautiful thing, and children need to appreciate that. Second of all, I think that we can take music and sneak it into the curriculum and actually use music to teach the academic subjects. For instance, we all learned our ABCs by singing them.
You did. Thank you very much. Lindsay Kaler, Miss California. Patricia Linus, Miss Oregon.
Hi, Patricia.
Part of your platform is to encourage legislation that's pro-children. What specific laws would you like to see passed?
I would like to see more emphasis placed on children as a priority. Most recently, I did a poll asking parents what they felt that we should emphasize and ways to make our children a #1 priority, and the first thing on their list was health. So healthcare I would focus on for especially our poor and impoverished children, but for all children across the board, because a healthy and happy start in life makes for strong children and stronger families.
Thank you very much. Patricia Linus, Miss Oregon. Misty Mariah Esplin, Miss Idaho. Hello, Misty. In determining what is beneficial and harmful in music, who do you think should be the judge?
I really believe that the individual who chooses their music is the one that should choose. If we decide to listen to music that will help our lives instead of hinder our problems and stuff, then we're really changing the consumer side of things, which determines what is on the market in terms of music.
Thank you very much. Misty Mariah Esplin, Miss Idaho. Jenny Stevens, Miss Tennessee. Hello. Recognizing the damage a divorce can cause to children, what strategies would you use to repair that damage?
Well, I think it's very important that children of divorce have a positive role model. So I find that going and talking with children that have been through divorce, that if I tell them they can develop a talent that'll help them rebuild their self-esteem, and also to realize that the divorce is not their fault, then that's a great strategy to start with.
Thank you very much. Jenny Stevens, Miss Tennessee. Jamie Lynn Bolding, Miss Florida. Hi, Jamie Lynn. How do you convince a teenager who wants to quit school that he or she should stay and graduate?
Oh, that is so easy. All of the problems that we see in our society stem as a result from people dropping out of school. If we can become more proactive and use educational reform, we are going to see a decrease in the welfare recipients, in the prisons, and in the illiterate population. It is so important. I just can't stress that enough.
Thank you very much. Jamie Lynn Bolding, Miss Florida. Trisha Williams, Miss New Mexico. Hi, Trisha. Athletes and entertainers and other public figures often serve as role models for children. What is required for someone to be a true role model?
To be a true model, you have to have sincerity and integrity. I believe that there's not enough integrity in the world today, and if we would have integrity, we would see the world change.
Thank you very much. Trisha Williams, Miss New Mexico.
So high, like a bird in the sky. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, love came into my life. All of a sudden.
Michelle Tolson, Miss New Hampshire. Hi, Michelle. To achieve a multicultural mix of students, do you think students should be bused from their neighborhood schools?
Oh, that's a really difficult thing, because when we start with busing and then there's people that are picking on kids that are coming from other neighborhoods saying, oh, don't you come from our project? I think that integration has to happen naturally, and I'm not necessarily sure that busing is really going to do it.
Okay, Michelle Tolson, Miss New Hampshire. Rachel White, Miss Nebraska. In dealing with a disease like breast cancer, how can being an aggressive rather than a passive patient work in that patient's behalf?
Well, being aggressive in your health care allows you to talk to your doctors and your specialists about the answers that you need to ensure your health and safety against the disease.
Thank you very much. Rachel White, Miss Nebraska. Jennifer Drayton, Miss Michigan. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
How do you convince a young person to believe in him or herself?
Well, I think the first thing that we need to do is to explain to them, and this is my philosophy, that our life is our own and it's up to us to create themselves. And they do this through commitment. That's why it's so important that we expose them to as many activities as we can so they can develop themselves and shape their own lives each day. Then they will be successes in their futures.
Thank you very much. Jennifer Drayton, Miss Michigan. Amy Duncan, Miss Oklahoma. Hi, Amy. You have found that most government funds earmarked for child abuse deal with treating the results and not the prevention of child abuse. How do you get the government to change its focus?
I think what we need to do is realize that this problem is not going away. And by putting funding in prevention programs, we can understand that we can stop this before it's too late. We don't have to wait at the bottom of that cliff. We need to put that fence up at the top of the cliff and stop those children from falling off.
Thank you very much, Amy Duncan, Miss Oklahoma.
Body, body, everybody. Body, 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 everybody. Body, 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 everybody. Body, 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 everybody. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance.
Robin Hancock, Miss Ohio. Hi, Robin. You see support for the performing arts as paramount. What is your best argument to a corporation to provide monetary support for the arts?
I believe that the arts are an important part to our society. Not only do they influence our everyday lives, but they provide an outlet for creativity and for self-expression that is necessary in our society.
Thank you very much. Robin Hancock, Miss Ohio.
Up, shiva, up, shiva, up, shiva. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands.
Rebecca Darrington, Miss Wyoming. Hi, Rebecca. Come on over here. How can you help young people to discover and develop their own sense of self-worth?
I think the first thing that we can do is to help them realize that they're okay how they are. My goal would to be to go into those schools and tell them, look guys, you're still growing, you're still developing, you're doing just fine. And if they can believe that, then they will have all the self-esteem they'll ever need.
Thank you very much. Rebecca Darrington, Miss Wyoming.
Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands.
Angela Michelle Hughes, Miss South Carolina. Hi, Angela. Self-esteem is a powerful tool in building a child's well-being. What strategies do you suggest to build a child's self-esteem?
Well, as many people may not be aware, self-esteem is not something you're born with. It's something that is acquired through your environment. So the first and most important thing is for parents to take the initiative to instill in their children a positive attitude and live in a positive environment. Then the community can take over, and people like myself who are role models in our community can also continue to instill those values in their children as well.
Thank you very much. Angela Michelle Hughes, Miss South Carolina.
Body, body, everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody dance. Clap your hands.
Stacy Perrone, Miss Connecticut. Hi, Stacy. Mentoring programs have been known to help students. What qualifies a person to become a mentor?
I think it's someone who is actively involved and is a leader within their community. They can reach out and give just 1 hour a week to a youngster, work with them on everything from academics to improving their self-esteem, work hand in hand as a team, and succeed.
Thank you very much. Stacy Perrone, Miss Connecticut.
Work, come on, girl, working girl. You must smile, do your thing on the runway.
Annette Albertson, Miss Nevada. Hi, Annette. How does a hospice worker provide comfort to a bereaved family?
There's so many ways that a hospice caregiver can provide comfort. My special skill is my listening ability, and I think just my work with the elderly over all these years has provided me with the ability to sit and absorb the experiences of the patients that I work with. And I think that they really appreciate the fact that I care about them and I want to experience their lives with them, and that gives them peace, and it gives me peace too.
Thank you very much. Annette Albertson, Miss Nevada.
I'll be your shelter, baby. Keep you warm and keep you from the rain. Come on in. 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 Come on in.
Natasha Corter, Miss Iowa. Hello, how are you? Since knowledge of CPR can be the difference between life and death, how do you propose training a large number of people in this procedure?
You know, really it's a lot easier to train a large group than we might think. As long as we have an individualized instruction, maybe in a ratio of 1 instructor to 10 to 20 students, we can do that. We can do that on a football field, in a school gym, anywhere we can find the space. It's easy and it makes a difference.
Thank you very much. Natasha Corter, Miss Iowa. Melissa Ann Short, Miss Hawaii. You see value in intergenerational relationships. How do you get a child to want to spend time with an older person?
It's very easy. I have a program called Grandma's Angels. And let me tell you, you should see the senior citizens' eyes and their faces light up when your children come into the nursing home. It gives the children a sense of self-worth, self-esteem, and hope. And let me tell you, the senior students really appreciate the children even taking the time to see them in the nursing home.
Thank you very much. Melissa Ann Short, Miss Hawaii. Michelle Kang, Miss Virginia. Hi, Michelle. You stand for prevention of child abuse. What steps do you think society should take to prevent child abuse?
Over 1 million children this past year were involved in cases of child abuse and neglect in our court systems across the United States. I believe that there are 3 aspects to prevention. The first is awareness. We need to increase the awareness of this growing problem across the United States. Next step is education, that prevention is the key, not intervention. And the last step is legislative advocacy, because this is the people's government, and I believe in democracy.
Thank you very much, Michelle Kang, Miss Virginia. Miss Maryland. Hi, Susan. You've developed a program to stop youth violence. Why would a violent youngster buy into your program?
Well, it's important to realize I try to teach them that they do have choices. I try to empower them with another way, and that's the only reason why anyone would want to buy into it.
Thank you very much, Susan Alexander, Miss Maryland. Michelle Voschel, Miss Delaware. Hi, Amy. You say the arts are a valuable part of a child's education. What should an effective public school arts program include?
I think they need to include all forms of the arts, which include dance, theater, music programs. They make better students. They get them involved and get them interested in school. And these are the things that keep the kids in school.
Thank you. Amy Michelle Voschel, Miss Delaware. Jennifer Streblow, Miss Wisconsin. Hi, Jennifer. How important is communication and understanding one's own emotions to developing a healthy self-esteem?
Well, without an understanding of your emotions, you can't fully know who you are and how to deal with yourself. With a better understanding of emotions, you can communicate better, and that's what I try to do through my program.
Thank you very much, Jennifer Streblow, Miss Wisconsin.
So high, like a bird in the sky. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, love came into my life.
Stephanie Hamilton, Miss North Dakota. Hi, Stephanie. You note that students identified as being learning disabled often feel embarrassed because of that label. How can what you're doing help remove that stigma?
Well, because I have a learning disability, I can show them that just because you have a learning disability, you can achieve success. In spite of everything that was placed upon me with labels, I got past it, and I am here today.
Thank you. Indeed you are. Stephanie Hamilton, Miss North Dakota.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, love came into my life.
Allison McCreary, Miss Alabama. Hi, Allison. As a hospice volunteer in your community, what is the best counsel you can give to someone who has found out that he or she is dying?
Well, my very first patient was an 82-year-old man who was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he was given 1 week to live. And after meeting with this man on a weekly basis for a long time, one afternoon I was sitting in my dorm room and I got a phone call, and it was this man, and he called me, asked me out on a date, and he drove. And the advice that I had just given him is that life is worth living, and that gave him life and hope to continue on living.
Thank you very much. Allison McCreary, Miss Alabama. Johnson, Miss Minnesota. Hi, Sherry. In expanding the perception that many have of the disabled, how do you help people to look beyond the disability and see the person?
Well, I think the first thing that I try to do is show that you need to see a person first and then the disability. Not to sensationalize the disability, to look at the person as a whole.
Thank you. Sherry Johnson, Miss Minnesota. Jennifer Roberts, Miss North Carolina. Hi, Hi, Jennifer. You see family resource centers as a valuable resource in meeting family challenges. What services do these centers provide?
These family resources provide parental involvement, extra parental care for those parents who need help. They also provide services to students who might need help with homework and things like that growing up. And they're exactly what our society needs today.
Thank you. Jennifer Roberts, Miss North Carolina. Miss Main. Hi, Sarah. You maintain that there's an epidemic of apathy surrounding AIDS. How do we cure an epidemic of apathy?
I think curing the epidemic of apathy lies within all of us. We really need to get our uninfected community involved in AIDS education, AIDS awareness, in reaching out to people living with AIDS in order to better realize exactly the effects of this disease and the actual realism that people are dying every day.
Thank you, Sarah Nadeau. Miss Main. Melanie Joyce Bell, Miss New Jersey. Hey there, Melanie. In a time of loss, what do children especially need to help them through the grieving process?
They need a lot of support, and from what I work with children, and I work with a group called TAG. And it's a group that works with everybody has lost somebody. And it's good to know that you have somebody there that is in the same situation that you are, and that can go through and you can talk about your feelings. And we also tell them the different depression, the different signs of depression, and they have to see that there's somebody out there that's the same position that they are.
Thank you very much. Melanie Joyce Bell, Miss New Jersey. Miss Washington. Hi, Janet. You say women in prison must be rehabilitated and educated if they're to succeed. What programs do you suggest will accomplish this?
Well, well, definitely, I think education programs are the key. Most women enter prison with only a 6th or 7th grade level education. So definitely, I think education will make a difference in this area. We also need to focus on vocational training, making sure that they have job skills so that when they go back into society, they won't revert back to their prior lifestyle. We, all of us, need to make this a priority in our lives to make sure that these people can not go back to reoffending, and so that we can reduce recidivism rates.
Thank you very much. Janet Reasons, Miss Washington. Michelle Martinez, Miss Texas. Hi, Michelle. Good. The phrase strong family values has become a popular buzzword recently. How can you make strong family values more than just empty words?
Well, I think the most important family values are love and commitment. I know that I've certainly been the recipient of a lot of love in my family, and I have a lot of support here with my group from Texas. And the most important thing is to be able to believe in someone else, and I'm certainly here as a product of that love.
Thank you very much. Michelle Martinez, Miss Texas. Miss Arkansas. Hi, Melanie. Awareness and prevention of child abduction is your platform. What specifically are you doing to help prevent child abduction?
Well, I personally have gone into the public school system and implemented a preventive program called the callback system, which allows teachers to call the parents of the students that aren't there that day, just in case there was an abduction on the way to school.
Thank you. Melanie Magara, Miss Arkansas. Miss South Dakota. With our elderly population swelling, you see a need for more social interaction of the young with seniors. What is the benefit of such interaction to both parties?
Well, the biggest problem with seniors today is that they don't feel like they're involved in society as a whole. And by bringing the younger generation into their environment, we not only give them an opportunity to share the things they've learned and their experiences and pass on that knowledge, but we educate younger people and keep them from learning things the hard way because they can learn from the experience of others.
Thank you very much. Stephanie Camp, Miss South Dakota.
Things are going crazy. I'll be your shelter, baby. Keep you warm and keep you from the rain. Come on, come on in. 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 Come on in.
Tammy Harris, Miss New York. Hi, Tammy. Unity and diversity seem to be two opposite terms. How do you bring them together?
If you look at any individual in this room, if you look at the person next to you, you'll realize that you're different in many, many ways. The first thing that we need to do is educate ourselves on the differences that we have. It's these differences, whether it be the color of our skin, the religion that we practice, whether we're homosexual, heterosexual, or the fact that we may have a tattoo on our body. These aren't the things that make us wrong people. These are the things that make us unique and wonderful people. And when we realize that, we'll realize that unity and diversity is the only way that we can be in America.
Thank you very much. Tammy Harris, Miss New York. Christine Busher, Miss Alaska. Hi, Christine. Young people's lives are filled with sports, work, school, entertainment. How can you convince them to make time to serve their communities?
By educating youth about the importance of volunteering in the community and the benefits that are associated with volunteering, such as scholarship opportunities, job opportunities, and exposure, they begin to want to get involved, not only for the benefits, but also for the good feelings that come from getting involved.
Thank you. Christine Busher, Miss Alaska. Schwartz, Miss Louisiana. Hi, Erica. You say that teaching students about the law can help them in problem-solving situations. How do you see this working?
Oh, it works wonderfully. A lot of these young people have never been taught conflict resolution. And what we do is we go into the classroom and teach them how to mediate between themselves. It works because these young people, their eyes, they light up when they learn about the law. They light up when they learn that there are rights and responsibilities and there are consequences to their actions. And they learn from each other, and that's the most wonderful thing about street law.
Thank you very much. Erica Schwartz, Miss Louisiana. Miss Montana. Hi, Aubrey. In this election year, family values have become a popular topic. What will you do to make it more than just something to talk about?
I think that family values has to be a way of life, and I think that that's the difference between myself and a lot of people who assert that they support family values. The only way that we can teach our young people about family values is if we live those values ourselves and demonstrate to them how they work and how they can make us such successful people.
Thank you. Aubrey Hiller, Miss Montana. Nicole Juvan, Miss Vermont. Hi. In the face of the media that uses sex as a sales gimmick, how can you make sexual abstinence an attractive choice for teens?
Teens need to realize that it's okay to wait. You should focus on achieving your goals rather than getting caught up in the heat of the moment. If you focus on achieving your goals, be true to yourself, respect yourself, you can have a fulfilling, wonderful future.
Thank you very much. Nicole Juvan, Miss Vermont. Kimberly Massaro, Miss Missouri. Hi, Kimberly. In dealing with a person who has attention deficit disorder, what special considerations might you have to make?
It's so important to build on the strengths of a person with ADD. So often they become so afraid of trying and failing that they stop trying altogether. But if we can point out their strengths and point out the things that they do well, not only can we build their self-esteem, but we can help them learn to contribute to their own success.
Thank you very much. Kimberly Massaro, Miss Missouri. Michelle Stanley, Miss Colorado. Michelle. A young person has told you that he's going to kill himself. How do you respond?
When a person or a young person has reached the point in their life when they are to the edge of suicide, you need to seek professional help. For other teenagers, if they come to you with this problem, don't be afraid to seek professional help. Find an educator, find a parent, get an adult to intervene. So often in our society we have children that make promises and pacts together that if I tell them that I'm going to kill myself, they're afraid to go to an adult by betraying that trust. And we need to educate our children and let them know that it is okay to tell an adult, to get help for someone that's in need.
Thank you very much. Michelle Stanley, Miss Colorado. Miss Indiana. History has labeled some animals as man's best friend. How, through pet therapy, can pets be even more than man's best friend?
Animals are so wonderful. They offer unconditional love, and that's something we don't see every day. So animals are no longer best friends, but they help us by giving us unconditional love and showing us the compassion that we really need.
Thank you very much. Shani Nielsen, Miss Indiana. Gordon, Miss Pennsylvania. Hi, Gigi. Society and the media have created an ideal person who is unrealistically slim. Against such powerful image builders, what can you do?
I feel that we need to challenge the societal belief that thinness equals success. And I think that we as role models and as examples need to set the precedent that true beauty comes from the heart.
Thank you very much. Gigi Gordon, Miss Pennsylvania. Carrie Litton, Miss Mississippi. Hi, Carrie. You've launched a program of breast cancer awareness. Why has it been successful?
My program has been very successful because I've stressed to men and women the importance of breast self-examinations. I've had many people from the ages of 14 to the ages of 65 to discover lumps, so I know that just because I've touched several lives, that it's been vitally successful.
Thank you very much. Carrie Litton, Miss Mississippi. Nanette Pearson, Miss Utah. How can women develop a positive body image when the media and society tell them that unrealistic thinness is the ideal?
You know, it's difficult because women need to understand that self-esteem and self-love are their birthright. Being an educated survivor of an eating disorder, I can tell you that there are environments that are conducive to producing self-esteem. This pageant is one of them. It saved my life.
Thank you very much, Nanette Pearson, Miss Utah. Tanya Joy Gibson, Miss Illinois. In your quest to raise the standards for at-risk youth, what do you see as the main obstacle?
The main obstacle is working as a team. If we can develop a team effort with community leaders, business leaders, and educators alike, with the main foundation starting at the family, I believe we can conquer any obstacle in front of us and offer at-risk youth a hope and a purpose that they can accomplish any goal that they have in their life.
Thank you very much. Tanya Joy Gibson, Miss Illinois. Lori Flick, Miss Massachusetts.
Hi, Lori.
Through your platform, Living Healthy, Learning Young, how will you make the study of good nutrition interesting to a child?
Well, that's the toughest part. A child's interest and keeping that interest is so important if a child is to learn. The most important thing is to be enthusiastic. You need to enter the room and grab a child's attention as soon as you enter. Oftentimes having a crown helps. But after that, we need to get children involved. Get them active, up, moving around, put food pyramids together, and work as a team. And that way a child can relate what they're learning to their own life. And that's the most important part.
Thank you very much. Lori Flick, Miss Massachusetts. Miss Georgia.
Hello, how are you?
You suggest that preventing a disease is easier than curing it. If so, why are people reluctant to practice preventive medicine?
Well, I think that one reason that people are reluctant to practice preventive medicine is because it's just something that they're not used to. But my goal is to educate people about the importance of it. If you can prevent a disease in the first place, or if you can catch it in an early stage by getting regular checkups with your doctor, then you can save money and you can also save your life in the long run.
Thank you. Shay Olive, Miss Georgia. Erin Gingrich, Miss Arizona.
Hey, Erin.
You've chosen to speak out against domestic and relationship abuse. What steps do you recommend to combat this type of abuse?
Well, first and foremost, we need to practice zero tolerance, because if we don't, we will never overcome the cycle of violence and abuse. And also, we need to educate at an early enough age so that people can choose wisely when they find the partner they may spend the rest of their lives with.
Thank you very much. Erin Gingrich, Miss Arizona. Tara Dawn Holland, Miss Kansas. Hi, Tara. Ignorance and indifference have, you say, allowed illiteracy to flourish. Information will stop ignorance, but how do you stop indifference?
That's my mission, hopefully, as Miss America. I want to stop indifference by letting people know that there's a problem. That's the first step in my three-point plan of action. National awareness, early intervention, and remediation. We have to stop the ignorance and indifference, because otherwise we'll continue to go on like we've been doing for years, graduating at least 10% of our classes in high school who cannot read their own diploma.
Thank you very much, Tara. Dawn Holland. Miss Kansas.
There is a place up the street. It's a funny little place we could be. Is my house built for love? From the kitchen to the basement wall to wall. See that chair?
Veronica Marie Duca, Miss Kentucky. With your program of multicultural education, how will you approach those who've chosen to isolate themselves or are prejudiced against particular ethnic groups?
I've developed a program called METHOD, and it stands for Multicultural Education Through Heritage of Diversity. And through this program, I try to go into the schools and speak to the children to educate them. Because what people don't realize is that we only fear what we don't know or understand.
Thank you very much. Veronica Marie Duca, Miss Kentucky. So please welcome the ladies of the Sigma Group and our Miss America contestants competing in swimsuit with our special guest singer, Kevin Brackett.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go or spend a long day dreaming. A whole new world, a new fantastic face I never knew. But now from way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Seen a night divine, seen water turn to wine, seen healing hands and walking on the water. I've knelt in churches, but that was all just fruitless searches for something to believe in when I thought I'd seen it all. But I never saw a miracle till baby I found you. I prayed I'd find my heaven, then all my dreams came true. No, I never saw a miracle. I was blind, but now I see. The miracle is the love you gave to me. Ooh, seen a flower bloom and a man walk on the moon, but
Stephanie Camp, Miss South Dakota.
Here we are, away from all dangers, but that open door is calling out again.
Tammy Harris, Miss New York.
Wondering if you come out and stay. I wonder what you'd say. On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight.
Christine Busher, Miss Alaska.
I'll never hear your voice anymore. Tonight's dream will live, but I'll stay long after this. You can have me.
Erica Swartz, Miss Louisiana. Aubrey Hiller, Miss Montana. Nicole Javan, Miss Vermont. Kimberly Massaro, Miss Missouri. Michelle Stanley, Miss Colorado. Shani Nielsen, Miss Indiana. Gigi Gordon, Miss Pennsylvania. Carrie Litton, Miss Mississippi. Nanette Pearson, Miss Utah.
Gibson, Miss Illinois. Lori Glick, Miss Massachusetts. Shay Olive, Miss Georgia. Erin Gingrich, Miss Arizona. Tara Dawn Holland, Miss Kansas. Veronica Marie Dolka, Miss Kentucky.
On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight, and I won't hear your voice anymore. On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight.
Carrie Ann Safford, Miss West Virginia.
Full of strangers in an empty room. Here we are, away from all danger, but that open door is acting like a friend. Calling out again.
Alana Chamazak, Miss Rhode Island.
You would come away. I wonder what you'd say. On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight, and I won't hear your voice anymore. Tonight,
Lindsay Taylor, Miss California.
I will stay long after this, 'cause you can
Miss Oregon. Misty Mariah Esplin, Miss Idaho. Jenny Stevens, Miss Tennessee. Miss Florida. Tricia Williams, Miss New Mexico. Michelle Tolson, Miss New Hampshire. Rachel White, Miss Nebraska. Jennifer Drayton, Miss Michigan. Amy Duncan, Miss Oklahoma. Robin Hancock, Miss Ohio. Rebecca Darrington, Miss Wyoming. Angela Michelle Hughes, Miss South Carolina. Connecticut.
On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight, and I won't hear your voice anymore. Tonight's dream will live, but I'll stay long after this. You can have me any time.
Annette Albertson, Miss Nevada.
Here we are, away from all dangers, but that open door is calling out again, acting like a friend who wants to know.
Natasha Porter, Miss Iowa.
I wonder what you'd say. On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight, and I won't hear your voice anymore.
Melissa Ann Short, Miss Hawaii.
But I'll stay long after this. You can have me anytime.
Michelle Kang, Miss Virginia. Susan Alexander, Miss Maryland. Amy Michelle Beauchamp, Miss Delaware. Jennifer Streblow, Miss Wisconsin. Stephanie Hamilton, Miss North Dakota.
Madison McCreary, Miss Alabama. Sherry Johnson, Miss Minnesota. Jennifer Roberts, Miss North Carolina. Sarah Nedo, Miss Maine. Melanie Joyce Bell, Miss New Jersey. Janet Reasons, Miss Washington. Michelle Martinez, Miss Texas. Melanie McGarra, Miss Arkansas.
On the wings of the night, you and I will take flight, and I won't hear your voice anymore. Tonight's dream will end, but I'll stay long after this. Time you can have me anytime. You can have me anytime.
Okay. And tonight's scholarship winner in the swimsuit competition is Miss Kansas, Tara Dawn Holland. And tonight's scholarship winner in talent is Miss Hawaii, Melissa Ann Short.
Congratulations, Miss Kansas, Miss Hawaii, the runway is all yours. Once again, congratulations to our preliminary winners and best of luck to all of you.
Okay, tonight's scholarship winner in swimsuit is Miss Oregon, Patricia Livin. And tonight's scholarship winner in talent is Miss Indiana, Shanae Nelson.
Congratulations, Miss Indiana, Miss Oregon, there's your runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for coming out tonight. Well, I don't think that card applies because it's Thursday night. So I don't know if we should read that one or not.
It says, as we build to the final competition, Saturday, September 14th, right here at Convention Center.
Okay, we've built, though.
We're building. We don't know who the preliminary winners are
That's
tonight.
right. You know what Tani said
It's a
just
semantic problem. Are we building or did we build?
We build.
I don't know. And now, Chantel, here to announce tonight's preliminary winners is Kelly Miles of Ernst & Young.
Let's give her a round of applause, everyone. Okay, is everyone ready? All right, let's go. Tonight's scholarship winner in swimsuit is Miss Hawaii, Melissa Ann Short. And tonight's scholarship winner in the talent competition is Miss Oregon, Patricia Lynn.
Miss Oregon, Miss Hawaii, there is your runway. Will you take it, please? our preliminary winners, and best of luck to you all.
And we'll see you Saturday night for the final competition when we will crown our new Miss America 1997.
Good night.
Good night.
And our talent competition with our first contestant. The Broadway musical Guys and Dolls produced one of Frank Lesser's most popular scores. Luck Be a Lady is one of those popular hit songs from that musical, and here to sing it is Miss Nevada, Annette Albertson.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on a date with me. The pickings have been lush, and yet before this evening is over, you might give me the blush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. So the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Look how I'm longing to see how good a friend you can be. Stick with me, sister, I'm the one that you came in with. Luck be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, it isn't right. A lady wouldn't want to run over the time and blow on some guy's dice. So let's keep this party polite. Yeah, better run out of my sight. Stick with me, pal, 'cause I'm the gal you came in with. Mama, be a lady tonight. Woo!
Thank you, Miss Nevada, Annette Albertson. The 1981 Broadway musical Sophisticated Ladies brought back many memorable classics. Here to tap dance to that very popular "It Don't Mean a Thing If You Ain't Got That Swing" is Miss Iowa, Natasha Corter.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. It makes no difference if it's sweet or high. Now just give that rhythm everything you got. Oh, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Natasha Corder. At her own birthday party, Juliet is unaware that Romeo is listening as she sings the aria, Ah, je veux vivre, happy to be alive. To interpret that special moment is Miss Hawaii, Melissa Ann Short.
Miss Hawaii, beautifully done. Well, for the past 20 years, we've had some very special guests join us each year, and this year is no exception. We're very pleased to welcome over 70 members of the armed services in our audience tonight. Now, these men and women have been attending the pageant, as I said, for the past 20 years, and their hostess is Mrs. Lois Brames. Would you stand, please, and let us acknowledge you and say thank you to you? Here they are over here. Thank you for joining us. The Hungarian rhapsodies of Franz Liszt are filled with colorful romantic passages which demonstrate great virtuosity of technique. Performing the famous Rhapsody No. 2 in C-sharp minor is Miss Virginia, Michelle Kong.
Thank you, Miss Virginia, Michelle Kang. We have something making a noise up here. I guess they'll figure it out. One of the most frequent questions I'm always asked is, how has it changed? Basically, in fact, was anyone here 48 years ago? Oh my gosh, you're not that old. I know there's an usher. But always they ask me, what has changed? And really, basically, the pageant hasn't. The basic desires, what we're looking for in a woman. But what has changed is our women of the world and women of America. And fortunately, I feel, our Miss America pageant has done just that. It's kept up with the times. It's kept up with the challenges that our young women of our country want to have. And I'm very proud of the fact that the pageant has done just that. Our next contestant asks, with all the songs that have been written, how do you know which one to sing? Her answer? The one that says, "Sing Me," performed by Miss Maryland, Susan Alexander.
I'm a song and I've waited so long for someone to come and sing me. I got a rhyme that I've had for some time, but nobody wants to sing me. Let me show the world that I'm not through. Let me touch your heart the way I used to do. Sing me, I got a song to be sung. Sing me, and you see I've only begun. I've got sunshine, I got a message to shout. Sing me, won't someone please let me out? I make you smile if I came back in style. Tell me what you wanna sing me. Don't say I'm gone, never more to live on. Somebody's got to sing. I got a song to be sung. Sing me, and you see I've only begun. I've got sunshine, I got a message to shout. Sing me, oh, please let me
Thank you, Miss Maryland, Susan Alexander. Using the song Return to Innocence to interpret through dance the struggle between adolescence and adulthood is Miss Delaware, Amy Michelle Voschel.
Just look into your heart.
Miss Delaware Amy Michelle Boschel. The musical Jekyll and Hyde features an innocent young woman who finds love for the very first time. And here to sing Someone Like You is Miss Wisconsin, Jennifer Streblow.
Thank you, Miss Wisconsin, Jennifer Streblow. The lyrics to Sandy Patty's song, When I Leal, are a prayer that celebrates the gift of forgiveness. Performing a lyrical dance to this special song, please welcome Miss North Dakota, Stephanie Hamilton.
Miss North Dakota, Stephanie Hamilton. Thank you, Stephanie. Are you guys having fun? What do you think? Isn't this just spectacular? As fun as watching the whole show on television is, and it is, there's something about hearing the ladies here in Convention Hall doing their talent and seeing them, the scope of it, to me, it's just miraculous. And if you knew what it looked like from here on stage, looking out at all of you and the vastness of this convention center, it's really, really awesome. And for these young ladies to have the courage to get up here and just give it their all, it's just tremendous, and I think we should give them some applause and some support. It's just, it really is. My hat's off if I had one. Okay. Now, with her interpretation of Stuart Hind's famous Swedish folk hymn, How Great Thou Art, please welcome Miss Alabama, Allison McCreary.
Allison McCreary. In the 1940s, a rising star named Judy Garland captivated audiences with her signature song, Zing with the Strings of My Heart. And here to entertain you now with an original interpretation of that pop classic is Miss Minnesota, Sherry Johnson.
Dear, with your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine, sing with the strings. Dear, when you smiled at me, I heard a melody. It haunted me from the start. Something inside of me started a symphony. Zing went the strings of my heart. 'Twas like a breath of spring. I heard a robin sing about a nest set apart. All nature seemed to be in perfect harmony. Zing went the strings of my heart. Rise red skies seem blue again. What else could I do again but keep repeating through and through? I love you, love you.
Thank you, Miss Minnesota, Sherry Johnson. Performing a fast-paced tap dance to Devil with a Blue Dress On, please welcome Miss North Carolina, Jennifer Roberts.
Miss North Carolina, Jennifer Roberts. The opera La Bohème is perhaps Puccini's most popular work, and its heroine, Mimi, certainly one of the most beloved roles in the operatic repertoire. Performing Mimi's gripping farewell to her beloved Rodolfo is Miss Maine, Sarah Nadeau.
Miss Maine, Sarah Nadeau. Every one of these contestants that you see here on stage tonight is represented and supported by thousands of volunteers throughout our country. And every Miss America knows that you are the heart and soul of this program. So if you are a volunteer for any state or local or the Miss America pageant, would you stand and let us thank you for the countless hours you spend helping us with this excellent, excellent program. Thank you so much. Combining the technique and style of theatrical jazz dancing in a performance of the popular standard, You Can't Take That Away From Me. Here is Miss New Jersey, Melanie Joyce Bell.
You wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beautiful, the way you sing your gay, the way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never ever meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of. That away from me. We may never ever meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of when you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3.
Thank you, Miss New Jersey, Jennifer Joyce Bell. Performing Half a Moment, a romantic ballad from the musical Jeeves by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Please welcome now Miss Washington Janet Reasons.
Vivid memories spin before my view, like a toy kaleidoscope, time kindly on fleeting lovers. We can turn the grief and into a day.
Washington, Janet Reasons. I just want to give you guys a little reminder. If you've been here before, then you might already know this, but if you haven't, it bears repeating. Once again, this year we have a full-service post office just outside there in the front lobby of Convention Hall. And the reason is that we're featuring Miss America commemorative postcards, which are available for purchase, of course. The Miss America cancellations on the postcards are going to make them collector's items, so that's something fun to have. And there are also a few of last year's canceled sets still available. Plus, this year there are 2 new postcards and envelopes for sale. So that's just right out front at the Miss America information booth, just to the right of the escalator when you're facing the ocean. Stop by and pick up a set of Miss America commemorative postcards, if you please. Composing solely for the piano during the Romantic era, Frédéric Chopin is known for his melodic turns and complex rhythms. Presenting his Ballade No. 1 in G minor is Miss Texas, Michelle Martinez.
Texas, Michelle Martinez. We invite you to come back every night, of course, to the pageant. There will be 2 additional preliminary nights and, of course, the final exciting night on Saturday evening. And also, if you don't have your tickets for the Boardwalk Parade, there's nothing like it in the world. An 8-mile-long parade, and you'll get to see all of these contestants up close. Originally written and first recorded by Dolly Parton, I Will Always Love You became a hit again when Whitney Houston's powerful interpretation was presented through the movie. Singing it for you tonight is Miss Arkansas, Melanie McGarrah.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way. And I will always love you. I will always love you.
Miss Arkansas, Melanie Magera. That was so pretty. Well, that wraps up the talent competition for the evening.
Okay. And tonight's scholarship winner in the swimsuit competition is Miss Kansas, Tara Dawn Holland. And tonight's scholarship winner in talent is Miss Hawaii, Melissa Ann Short.
Congratulations, Miss Kansas. Miss Hawaii, the runway is all yours. Once again, congratulations to our preliminary winners and best of luck to all of you.
Our first contestant, I Am Changing, is a song of determination and hope from the musical Dreamgirls. Here to sing it for you tonight is Miss South Dakota, Stephanie Camp.
Look at me, look at me. I am changing, and I'm trying every way I can. I am changing, and I'll be better than I am. I'm trying to find a way to understand, but I need you. I need a hand. I am changing, and I will get my life together now. With love, I am changing, and yes, I know how. Well, I'm gonna start again, and I will leave my past behind. I'll change my life. I made a vow, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
Miss South Dakota, Stephanie Camp. The English translation of the opening of O Fortuna from Carmina Burana by Carla Orff begins, "Oh, luck, you are like the moon, you wax and wane." Performing an interpretive dance to this powerful music is Miss New York, Tammy Harris.
Miss New York, Tammy Harris. Now performing a medley of two great Broadway show tunes from Kiss Me Kate and Girl Crazy is Miss Alaska, Christine Busher.
Another opening, another show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore. A chance for stage folks to say hello. Another opening of another show. Another job that you hope at last will make your future forget your past. Another pain where the ulcers grow. Another opening of another show. 3 weeks you rehearse and rehearse. 2 weeks and it couldn't be worse. 1 week, will it ever be right? When out of the hat with that big first night, the overture is about to start. You cross your fingers and hold your heart. It's pageant time and away we go. Another opening of another show. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my man, who could ask for anything more? I got daisies in green pastures, I got my man, who could ask for anything more? Old man trouble, I don't mind him, you won't find him round my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my man, who could ask for anything more? Who could ask for anything more?
Thank you, Christine Busher, Miss Alaska. You know, you might not have done this yet. In case you didn't purchase your copy of the program book, it is really terrific. It always is. This year it's especially so. And it follows in the tradition of last year's pageant book. By the way, you might not know this. Last year it won a Dalton Penn Award for excellence in special publications. In this year's program book, you can read a personal interview with the current Miss America, Chantel Smith. You can also hear about former contestants who've beaten tremendous odds to not only be contestants, but to accomplish other great things professionally. And there's a section on how former Miss Americas stay in shape and all sorts of fun articles. So you can purchase your copy right here in the Convention Center tonight or at other locations throughout Atlantic City. Both composers and performers share a special gift of speaking from the heart through music, taking you on a musical journey with her original composition, New Orleans Rhapsody. Here's Miss Louisiana, Erica Schwartz.
Louisiana, Erica Swartz. While they're taking the piano off the stage, one of my favorite Miss Americas is the girl I crowned. She was Miss America 1988, Kaylani Ray Rathko, and unfortunately, she's not going to be here this year because she just had a baby. And I know not a lot of you knew that she was pregnant this past year, but at the end of July, she had a little baby girl. She already has a son, Nicholas, who's around 4 years old, I think, and she named her Alana Ray. So I just thought I'd let y'all know about that. And you can applaud for that. Oscar Hammerstein and Jerome Kern teamed up to create the vivid song, All the Things You Are. Bringing this song to life again is Miss Montana, Aubrey Hiller.
Thank you, Miss Montana, Aubrey Hiller. Everybody dreams of the day that that special someone will come along. And in movies, of course, this is definitely no exception. Singing Someday My Prince Will Come from Disney's animated classic Snow White is Miss Vermont Nicole Juvan.
Someday
Thank you, Miss Vermont Nicole Juvan. In the Broadway musical, The Will Rogers Follies, Tommy Tune created an unforgettable impression dancing to the music of our favorite son. Performing her rendition through the syncopated sounds of rhythm tap is Miss Missouri, Kimberly Massaro.
Miss Missouri, Kimberly Massaro. Portraying the character Cassie in a dramatic performance from the musical Quilters by Barbara Damashek and Molly Newman is Miss Colorado, Michelle Stanley.
My husband and I married back in Virginia, and he wanted to move out west just as soon as he could. He got a job with the first railroad into New Mexico, and I was at home caring for the stock and the kids, and I wanted to make something nice for him, so I started on a quilt. Took me 2 years to finish. And when it was done, I called in Elizabeth, my oldest, to give it to him. And he took it and studied it and studied it. And I was just thinking maybe something was wrong with it when he rushed over to me and wrapped the quilt around me and sashayed me all around the kitchen, both of us laughing. He was some man, all right. Next spring, I just finished piecing up some scraps to cover the baby that was due in the summer when we heard horses coming up the road and they were riding hard. It was 5 men from the railroad, and they were sweating and talking over one another's words. But none of them could figure out why he didn't hear the train. But they had to bring him home to us in a bushel basket. They tell me I didn't cry or say a word. I just sat down in the porch, kind of in a little ball, and started rocking back and forth. Just rocking and staring. Of course, I don't remember much now. Just what they tell me went in the back room, never came out. I guess it must have been my mama came in and set a piecing bag in front of me and a needle and a spool of thread, but I didn't know what those things were for. But one day, my hands reached out, and my hands remembered. 4 months later, I had a whole quilt, and the baby was born, and my eyes came clear.
Thank you, Miss Colorado, Michelle Stanley. I'm curious where everybody's from. I figure by my geography that the farthest place from here, well, it's got to be either Alaska or Hawaii, and I admit I don't know which. How many people here from Alaska? No way, really? Wow, and Hawaii? You guys are dedicated. That's fun. Okay, I'm going to go for the really cheap applause. What about New Jersey? Okay. See, it always works. In the revised stage version of the musical Jekyll and Hyde, a new song was added. A song that questions the love that can only be answered in his eyes. Performed by our next contestant, Miss Indiana, Shawnee Nielsen.
In his eyes I can see where my heart longs to be. In his eyes I see a gentle glow, and that's where I'll be safe, I know. Will his eyes reveal to me promises or lies? But he can't conceal from me the love in his eyes. They hypnotize me. If I'm wise, I will walk away and gladly. But sadly, I'm not wise. It's hard to tuck away the memories that you provide. Love is worth forgiving for. Now I realize everything worth living for is there in his
Thank you, Miss Indiana, Shawnee Nielsen. Conveying the powerful emotions of love between two people through lyrical dance and the popular song, When a Man Loves a Woman, is Miss Pennsylvania, Gigi Gordon.
When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He trades the world for the good things found. He give up all his comforts, sleep out in the rain. If she said that's the way it ought to be. When a man loves a woman, I give you everything I've got. Trying to hold on to your precious love. Baby, baby, please don't treat me bad. Yes, when a man loves a woman, I know exactly how it feels. 'Cause baby,
Miss Pennsylvania, Gigi Gordon. The song Cry is a classic of the ages. It was first performed in the 50s by Johnny Ray and in the 80s by Crystal Gayle. And tonight in the 90s by Miss Mississippi, Carrie Linton.
If your sweetheart sends a letter of goodbye, it's no secret you'll feel better if you cry. When waking from a bad dream, don't you sometimes think it's real, but it's only false emotions that you feel. If your heartaches seem to hang around too long, when your blues keep getting bluer with each song, remember sunshine can be found behind a cloudy sky. So let your hair down and go on and cry. Let your hair down and go on and
Thank you, Miss Mississippi, Carrie Linton. Performing a fiery classical ballet set to Rossini's exciting music Tarantella Espagnole, please welcome Miss Utah, Nanette Pearson. Thank you, Miss Utah, Nanette Pearson. In the musical Sunset Boulevard, the actress Norma Desmond, who passionately loves film acting, returns to the studio where she was once a star. Conveying her thoughts in the song As If We Never Said Goodbye is Miss Illinois, Tanya Joy Gibson.
I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here, and it's not long until the cameras will start turning, and the early morning madness, and the magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. This world's waited long enough. I've come home at last, and this time will be bigger and much brighter than we knew it. So watch me fly. We all know I can do it. But I stop my hand for I'm shaking. Has there ever been a moment with so much to live for? We'll have early morning madness. We'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. Oh, please don't ever make me say
Miss Illinois, Tanya Joy Gibson. This summer I had the best time. I got to go to 3 state pageants, and never before have I had the mic and the opportunity to thank them up here for having me out there. Thank you, North Dakota and the entire state for coming to the pageant. Thank you, Wisconsin. Where are you? Y'all were great. Oh, there they are. And then I got to go to Arizona. Here they are. I appreciate y'all having me out. I had a ball emceeing the pageant and enjoyed your hospitality so much. The human eye perceives beauty in many things. Performing an interpretive gymnastics routine to the music of Beauty and the Beast is Miss Massachusetts, Lori Flick.
Miss Massachusetts, Lori Flick. Lori Flick. No song expresses feelings of love quite like the theme song from the hit movie Superman. Here to sing Can You Read My Mind is Miss Georgia Shea Olive.
Can you read my mind? Do you know what it is you do to me? Don't know who you are, just a friend from another star. Here I am, like a kid out of school, holding hands with a gun or a fool. You look at me, quivering like a little girl, shivering. You can see right through me. Can you read my mind? Can you picture the things you do to me? You can fly alone to the sky. You and I belong to each other. If you need a friend, I'm the one to fly to. If you need to be loved, here I am. Read my mind. If you need a friend, I'm the one to lie to. If you need to be loved, here I am. Read my
Thank you, Miss Georgia Shea Olive. Well, all right, I'd be preaching to the choir if I said what I was about to say, because you guys all know how wonderful we are. Okay. Well, for many years, American composer George Gershwin entertained thousands with his legendary music. Here to perform his classical composition, Rhapsody in Blue, on the piano, obviously, is Miss Arizona, Erin Gingrich.
Miss Arizona, Erin Gingrich. For those of you who are interested, we have several other former Miss Americas who will be coming to town tomorrow and over the weekend. And please check the sign outside the convention hall and you'll find out when they'll be available to autograph books or programs, because we have probably about 10 more coming in, and I know that you'll want to maybe purchase your 75th anniversary book if you haven't already done that and get their autograph. From the French opera Lakme echoes the captivating coloratura aria Uva la Junindue, the Indian bell song, portraying the priestess who uses all her feminine wiles to attract a young man, is Miss Kansas Tara Dawn Holland.
Miss Kansas Tara Dawn Holland. From the Broadway hit musical West Side Story comes a song that delivers a message of hope and understanding. Singing her rendition of Somewhere is Miss Kentucky, Veronica Marie Doka.
Race, religion, culture. A perfect world is when we can all live together equally. It's a place for us, somewhere, a place for us, time together with time to spend, a time to learn and time to care. Somehow, someday,
Miss Kentucky, Veronica Marie Duca.
Okay, tonight's scholarship winner in swimsuit is Miss Oregon, Patricia Livens. And tonight's scholarship winner in talent is Miss Indiana, Shanae Nelson.
Congratulations, Miss Indiana, Miss Oregon, there's your runway.
For coming out tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night for the final night of preliminary competition. Have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with our first contestant in the preliminary talent competition this evening. In Walt Disney's newest animated feature film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, a deformed cathedral bell ringer falls in love with a beautiful gypsy dancer. Here to sing God Help the Outcast is Miss West Virginia, Carrie Ann Safford.
I don't know if you can hear me, if you're even there. And I don't know if you would listen to my humble prayer. They tell me I am just an outcast, I shouldn't speak to you. Still I see your face and wonder, were you once an outcast too? I don't know if there's a reason why some are blessed, some not, and why the few you seem to favor, they fear us, they flee us, try not to see us. So God help the outcast, the tattered, the torn, seeking an answer to why they were born. Winds of misfortune have blown them about. You may be outcast, don't cast them out. Poor and unlucky, the weak and the odd, I thought we all were the children of God.
Thank you, Miss West Virginia, Carrie Ann Safford. Thank you. During the Great Depression, of course, of the 30s, people flocked to the theater to forget their troubles with the music of George and Ira Gershwin. In an original dance performance to Gershwin's Nice Work If You Can Get It, please welcome Miss Rhode Island, Elena Chomazak.
Miss Rhode Island, Elena Chomazak. A contemporary message is found in the powerful lyrics of the turn-of-the-century story of Yentl. Here to perform Where Is It Written is Miss California, Lindsay Kaler.
There's not a morning I begin without 1,000 questions running through my mind. Then I don't try to find the reason and the logic in the world that God designed. Why have the wings unless you're meant to fly? And tell me please, why have a mind if not to question why? And tell me where is it written what it is I'm meant to be, that I can't dare to have the chance to pick the fruit of every tree, or have my share of every sweet imagined possibility. Tell me where, tell me where. If I were only meant to tend the nest, then why does my imagination sail across the mountains and the seas beyond the make-believe of any fairy tale? Why have a thirst if not to drink the wine? And what a waste to have a taste of things that can't be mine. And tell me where is it written what it is I'm meant to be, that I can't dare to have the chance to take the fruit of every tree, or have my share of every sweet imagined possibility. Is it written anywhere?
Thank you, Miss California, Lindsay Kaler. In Donizetti's opera, The Daughter of the Regiment, the orphaned Maria honors the French regiment that raised her to sing Chacun le sait. Here is Miss Oregon, Patricia Linus.
Miss Oregon, Patricia Linus. demonstrating her love for classical music by performing a classical clarinet solo entitled Concertino by Carl Maria von Weber, is our next contestant. Please welcome Miss Idaho, Misty Mariah Esplin.
Miss Idaho, Misty Mariah Esplin. In this world of communications, it only takes a phone call with a little hope and faith to direct us to the most important line. Calling direct to the heart with the song Operator is Miss Tennessee, Jenny Stevens.
Operator, give me love. Distance, long distance, give me One, two, three, oh operator, information, give me Jesus on the line. Whoa, whoa, operator, information, I'd like to speak to a friend of mine. Oh, prayer is the number, faith is the exchange, heaven is the street, and Jesus is his name. Oh operator, information, please give me Jesus. Information, please tell me why. Oh yeah, operator, information, don't try to tell me which number to call. My mama used this number when I was very small, and every time she dialed it, she always got a call. Oh operator, information, please give me Jesus on the line. Give me Jesus on the line. Give me Jesus on the line.
Miss Tennessee, Jenny Stevens. There's nothing more powerful than the remembrance of a first love. Here to capture that experience with a lyrical ballet rendition of Can You Read My Mind is Miss Florida, Jamie Lynn Boulding.
don't know who you are. Just a friend from another star. Here I am, like a kid out of school, holding hands with a gun. I'm a fool. When you look at me, quivering like a little girl, shivering, you can see right through me. If you need to be loved, here I am, read my mind. Will you look at me, quivering like a little girl, shivering, you can see right through me. If you need a friend, I'm the one to fly to. If you need to be loved, here I am. Read my
Miss Florida, Jamie Lynn Boulding. This next song, He's Always There, has impacted the life of our next contestant. Glorifying God with this gospel hit, please welcome Miss New Mexico, Trisha Williams.
He's always there to brighten up your day. Always there in every way. When it's cold and dreary and your faith is growing weary, you don't have to be afraid. Open up your heart, invite him to come in, and he'll turn your life around and change you from within. He's waiting to care. Open up your heart, invite him to come in, and he'll turn your life around. He's always there to comfort and provide. Always there right by your side. So why don't you open up your heart, invite him to come in. He'll turn your life around and change you from within. He's waiting, yes, he's waiting to care. He's always there.
Miss New Mexico, Trisha Williams. Trumpets heat up and saxes flare as we invite you to enjoy a sassy dance performance to an adaptation of Duke Ellington's Hit Me With a Hot Note. Here to perform it is Miss New Hampshire, Michelle Tolson.
Hit me with the hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with the hot note and watch me bounce. When trumpets heat up, give me a rug to beat up. Hit me with the hot note and watch me bounce. Hit me with the hot note and watch me burn. Slap me down with rhythm from stem to stern. When saxes flare up, how can I keep my hair up? Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Start those trombones landing while I gather steam. Oh, keep that tempo riding, and I'll come in right home. My beat, oh, hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Knock me out with rhythm in great amounts. Oh, let that beat wave, we're gonna have a heat wave. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Start those trombones landing while I gather steam. Oh, keep that tempo riding, riding, keep it riding. Hit me with a hot note and watch me bounce. Knock me out with rhythm and great amounts. Oh, let that beat wave, gonna have a heat wave. Hit me and watch me. You watch me bounce.
Miss New Hampshire, Michelle Tolson. Via Dolorosa, the way of the cross, reminds us of the greatest love of all. Here to share that love story with you is Miss Nebraska, Rachel White.
Down the Via Dolorosa in Jerusalem that day, the soldiers tried to clear the narrow street, but the crowd pressed in to see the man condemned to die on Calvary. Por la Via Dolorosa es la via del dolor, como vino Cristo, Rey Señor, y fue él quien quiso huir por su amor, por ti, por mí, por la via dolorosa, al Calvario y a morir. The blood that would cleanse the souls of all men made its way to the heart of Jerusalem. Down the Via Dolorosa, called the way of suffering, like a lamb came the Messiah, Christ the King. But he chose to walk that road out all his love for you and me. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way to Calvary.
Miss Nebraska, Rachel White. You know, I just can't resist this. Standing on stage makes me think of jokes. And those who know me know I have a lot of dumb ones, and I gotta tell you this one. As a veterinarian, do you know why it takes 10,000 sperm to fertilize one egg? Because men don't like to stop and ask for directions. I couldn't resist. Thank you. My mother would die if she knew I was on the Miss America stage saying the word sperm. The parade this year promises to be the best ever. We have marching bands from hundreds of miles away. One group hails from Michigan this year. We'll have in the neighborhood of 20 floats and a lot of nostalgia. This year, contestants will be riding in privately owned convertibles, which have been volunteered by people who love the Miss America program and love their cars too. We promise that the supermobiles will not outshine the contestants, though, but car lovers will stand in awe at these beauties. The parade will begin at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. You can still buy tickets on the boardwalk wherever you see vendors. Don't miss it. And attention to former contestants that are here. In case word has not gotten around to you, there is a reception Friday afternoon, that's tomorrow afternoon, just for you. You'll have the chance to meet other former contestants and reacquaint yourself with women who've competed for the title with you. So be sure and make it to the reception. Now, whether you're in your 20s, 50s, or 70s, this is a great opportunity to meet with women just like yourself who are a part of the Miss America history and a part of a great tradition. That is tomorrow in the Convention Center, and you must have proper credentials. Here we go. As Beethoven began to lose his hearing, his passion for music never faltered. His sonata, Appassionata, is an example of this period. Performing her own arrangement and orchestration of this piece is Miss Michigan, Jennifer Drayton.
Miss Michigan, Jennifer Drayton. Thank you. You've probably noticed in recent years that the scepter that's carried by Miss America is different now. It's really pretty. The one that I had, well, that was in the old days anyway, but you know, it was just this like steel rod that they wrapped these rhinestones around to try to make it look like it wasn't some hollow piece of tin. And then it had, but its significance was gorgeous. I'm not upset. I loved it when they gave it to me. But now it's this Waterford, beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to tell you about that. It's exquisite. It's completely unique. As I just alluded to, it was made by Waterford Crystal, and of course Waterford is a friend of Miss America in more ways than one. They've contributed to Miss America scholarships, including last year's Woman of Achievement Award and the ongoing Scholarship for Business, Management, and Marketing. The Miss America organization would like to thank Waterford for being such an integral part of the Miss America program. Thank you very much. And thank you for that beautiful scepter, too. Ansel, a young woman masquerading as a young man, defies all odds in her pursuit to become a rabbi. Here to sing Yentl's A Piece of Sky is Miss Oklahoma, Amy Duncan. No matter where I go, no
the day I found that from my window I could only see a piece of sky. The more I live, the more I learn. The more I learn, the more I realize, the less I know. Each step I take, Papa, I have a voice now. Each page I turn, Papa, I've a choice, and now each mile I travel only means tomorrow I have to go. What's wrong with wanting more? If you can fly, then soar with all there is. Why settle for just a piece of the sky? Oh, Papa, I can hear you. Papa, I can see you. Papa, I can feel you. Papa, watch me
Miss Oklahoma, Amy Duncan. Classical music of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker is loved by audiences around the world. Performing her favorite piece from this famous ballet, The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, is Miss Ohio, Robin Hancock.
Miss Ohio, Robin Hancock. Now we have a song dedicated to all of the ladies in the audience who are having trouble with the men in their lives. With the song 100 Easy Ways to Lose a Man, advice now from Miss Wyoming, Rebecca Darrington.
Now the first way to lose a man, you've met a charming fellow and you're out for a spin. The motor fails and he just wears a helpless grin. Don't bat your eyes and say, what a romantic spot we're in. Just sleep out, crawl under the car, say, it's the gasket, and fix it in 10 seconds flat with the bobby pin. That's a fine way to lose a man. He takes you to a baseball game, yes, it's knee to knee. He says, the next man up to bat will bunt, you'll see. Don't say, I left the bunt, this game's too hard for little old me. Just say, bunt. What are ya nuts? With one man out, three men on base, and a left-handed batter up, he's gonna walk into a triple play, just like the third game World Series 1943. Come on, that's a fine way to lose a man. A fine, 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 fine way to lose a man. A dandy way to lose a man. Just throw your knowledge in his face. He'll never try for second base. You've met your perfect mate, and it's been love from the start. He whispers, you are the one to who I give my heart. Don't say I love you too, my dear. Let's never, 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 never part. Just say, I'm afraid you made a grammatical error. It isn't to who I give my heart, it's to whom. That's a fine way to lose a man. A fine, 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 fine way to lose a man. A dandy way to lose a man. Just be more well-informed than he. You'll never hear, oh promise me. Yes, Groovy too can lose your man. You will use a simple plan. 100 easy ways to lose a man.
Miss Wyoming, Rebecca Darrington. The swing era brought grace and style to jazz music, notably performed by the king of swing, Benny Goodman. Here to perform her rendition of Goodman's Sing, Sing, Sing is Miss South Carolina, Angela Michelle Hughes.
Thank you, Miss South Carolina, Angela Michelle Hughes. And now singing her rendition of And This Is My Beloved from the Broadway musical Kismet, please welcome our next contestant, Miss Connecticut, Stacy Perrone.
My beloved,
Thank you, Miss Connecticut, Stacy Perone. Wasn't this fun? Did that bring back memories, Debbie?
Yes, it brings back wonderful memories, and what a powerful group of talented young ladies. Didn't they do a fabulous job this evening?
That's great.
All right, let's go. Tonight's scholarship winner in swimsuit is Miss Hawaii, Melissa Ann Short. And tonight's scholarship winner in the talent competition is Miss Oregon, Patricia Lynn. Miss Oregon, Miss Hawaii, there is your runway. Will you take it, please? To our preliminary winners, and best of luck to you all. And we'll see you Saturday night for the final competition when we will crown our new Miss America 1997. Good night. Good night.